Hey guys, what's up? It's Cody from Team Mosh Pit here today, and today on March 21st, we have a brand new TCG ban list. And I know we haven't posted a video in a while, and honestly, our team was gonna post some this weekend because we had a regional coming up, and we wanted to kind of do some deck lists and everything for you guys. But this weekend might be a little more shaken up because there is a new forbidden and limited list. Now, this doesn't take effect until March 31st, so we still have another 10 days. It actually takes effect when Duelist Saga comes out, so I wonder what they had in mind for that. But anyway, let's get into this and see what's banned and limited. I've already seen it. I'm having mixed feelings about it. I'm not really too surprised with some things, and some things it's like, come on, guys. But at the same time, as you see right here, right away, we have Magic Spectre Unicorn Kirin, which was one that not many people would argue with, and a lot of people honestly saw it coming, which I agree. That card was kind of a weird card to run into sometimes, and would be a little pain in the ass, to be quite honest, when running into it. So Kirin, not really surprising, nothing big there. The Tyrant Neptune, which we did see in the OCG list, it did have a pretty big combo with an OTK with it that was ridiculous. So I think they were just banning this so there were no questions about it or anything like that. So that wasn't really a big surprise to me either. You see nothing really new with XCs or fusions or even spells. But down in the traps right here, we do have Vanity's Emptiness, which was originally limited. And this was a little more surprising to some people. Not really to me. John and I actually talked about this card a little bit and how it could be forbidden because of dimensional barrier. And if we go over on TCG Player right now, the secret version of it's already down to $10. And if we refresh the page, I believe it'd still be the same. Yeah, I'm recording this about an hour after the ban list dropped, and if you see the listed median in the normal market price is 15, so these cards are already starting to go down in price. So that's not really surprising. That's again for the secret rare version. If we go and look at the other ones, the supers from the secret forces are down to like $3-4. For the near mint ones, the commons are still up for some reason, but yeah, they are falling in price, which they should be. So if you have one and don't want to hang on to it, now would be the time to sell it while the demand is low. But good luck doing that because you're probably not going to make much from that. So back to the ban list. The two big ones are Kirin and Vanities. So Vanities was less surprising to me, but I can see why it went down there. It's kind of a card like Kirin. You didn't when you ran into it. It was kind of like a headache more than anything. So that's it on the forbiddens. Back to the limited list. Now this one was probably the biggest surprise out of the entire ban list, and that was Maxx going to 1, which I didn't want it to go to 1. I actually wanted it to maybe even go the opposite way, being a non-Zodiac player, but this one I can see why they brought it back to 1. It's kind of unhealthy to some decks. It's more of a, if I throw it down to Maxx C, I'm either going to get a huge advantage or you're just not going to be able to do your combos. So I can understand why they took it down to 1, but in my opinion, I think it was fine at 2, and it wasn't that big of a problem for me. But I think it gave Zodiacs more of an advantage because most of the time they would just stop their combos and just go right and do a Dryden to leave it a 1-for-1, and then you had some of those smaller decks that special summon more, like the Invokes. Once they got their Alistair out there and you dropped a Maxx C, it was a little tough for them to not, quote unquote, take a Maxx C challenge to an extent. But if we look at Maxx C on the market watch for TCG Player, you can see they're already going down quite a bit. The alties are down to 100. I mean, they're not really falling that much. The alties aren't. Market price 102. The supers, they're already starting to fall a little bit. The lightly playeds, the first near mints at 12 right now, which if you look, the regular market price is, I pressed the wrong thing. The regular market price is about $20. So Maxx C was definitely rising. I could see why, because like I said, it's kind of a staple for the format we're in. And the golds are down to 12 to 14 a piece, and they're down like $3 or $4. And the secrets are about, I'd say, the same right now, and then the ultras are about the same as well, but they're about to be falling too, I believe. I mean, why not? But the supers right now are definitely falling at a pretty big rate. Let me refresh this and see if anything changes. Wow, the alties, a couple more people listed them as lower. Same with the gold ones, and yeah, nothing too different. So I guess if you want to pick up a higher rarity Maxx C right now, this would be the time because everything's falling. Give it a little bit, but they will get down there. So back to the list. Now we go into what was the erratas in the OCG. So Rescue Cat is coming back to 1. Bryonics coming back to 1. Not really surprising. Brain Controls coming back to 1. Future Fusion, which is going to make the Shadal Zoo decks a little more overpowered, or the decks that threw in Shadal Fusion into Infernoids. So Future Fusion should help with some decks, but it might be a little overpowered coming back to 1. It's really good. And then, of course, Imperial Order with its errata has come back to 1. So those ones aren't really a surprise to us. Now going on to the semi-limited ones. Wisdom Eye Magician, which is a very good card for the Pendulum Magician decks, coming back to 2. I'm really happy for this because Pendulum Magicians were one of the first things I ever really took to a regional, and they were good, and you had to have more than 1 Wisdom Eye to make it resolve, which I think 2 is a good number for it because 3 is a little overpowered, but it definitely brings the Magicians back to be playable, even though it might be a little too late for those. And then the other semi-limited was Zodiac Rat Pier. Shit, let me get this off. Zodiac Rat Pier, which is a little more surprising. They tapped it a little bit, but it's still not going to hurt it, considering that there's 2 other copies in the deck. It kind of slows it down a little bit, but when the new support for them comes out in the next set, the new rank 4, it's not going to make a difference for them anyway. And then last but not least, on the semi-limited was Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. That one is kind of an iffy one for me. It can be a little overpowered to a point. The Kaijus themselves aren't overpowered, but Interrupted Kaiju, considering it's like a dark hole for them, plus you get to select a monster for your opponent to have and then beat over it. I could see why it goes to 2, but a lot of people run it at 2 anyway. Some people run it at 3, but a lot of people run it at 2 anyway in the side or even in the main, so I can understand why it was brought down to 2. Because if you resolve that, to me, it could be kind of a win condition, especially when your opponent puts up a pretty beefy first turn board. Nowadays, against zoos, it can be a win condition. So, the other card that comes back is Sangan at 3, which was forbidden. So let me look him up real quick. See, I pressed the wrong button again. All right. Let's see what he's at right now. I mean, he's not really too much. I believe he's getting an errata as well. So yeah, I mean, it's not too much. But overall, as the reviewing it, the big ones are kind of Maxx C, I think, and Vanities were the 2 big ones. Not really surprised with anything except Maxx C going to 1. Not too disappointed with it, but nonetheless, you don't really have an option in some of these. So I think the format will be more zoo stuff. They kind of just nerf the rest of the format a little bit. I mean, they tap zoos to kind of show, but overall, I'm pretty all right with this. I think it limited some things that were a little overpowered. I definitely am kind of glad Vanities isn't a thing anymore. It doesn't make a difference anyway because Dimensional Barrier's out there. So yeah, let me check this for you guys real quick. See if Maxx C has ever gone down more. It's kind of fun watching this go down more and more, which nothing new has been there. So okay, so let us know what you guys think about this Banlist. Are you happy with it, upset about it? And yeah, put that down in the comments below. And stay tuned to the channel, guys, because more deck lists will be coming out, and we will be a little more active on this, which we've been lacking lately. I apologize for that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy your day, and you guys have a great one.